Hello everybody, I'm Bear Skills. Welcome back. So we're back here again for our short little episodes here that we're doing. Um, so we're back here, we're cooking, we've just been cooking fish. I haven't really made much progress. I ended the video and I started right back up afterwards for you guys. Because it's easier for me to upload. As I've stated
Something's
before,
gotta go.
I do have the best internet that I can indeed afford. So this works out a little bit easier. It's easier for me to get the videos out at a proper time for you guys. So yeah, that's just how it works. But we got the fish here. We're going pretty good. Not taking too much time, so we're doing really good there. We're getting all these smallmouth bass cooked up in the lake whitefish, and we're actually acquiring some decent amount of lamp oil doing so, which is really nice. I like that. I like that you get lamp oil from it. Definitely gives you some more incentive to fish and cook them. These fish are heavy. They're like anywhere between like 5 to 8 pounds. Maybe even they go up to 10. I'm not sure. As your fishing skill goes up, I do know you catch bigger fish. So it's possible that they go up to 10 plus pounds. I'm not sure about that though. Haven't really ever got my fishing up to level 5 before. So it's a little new for me as well. So I guess we'll find out when we get there together. But for right now, we got the old fish here. We can drop. Yeah, these give off really good calories. They give like 1,500 calories. They give better than the moose meat, actually. Or the bear meat.
It's packed.
We can start cooking up some of our venison. Getting all that going. Some wolf. And yeah, it'll come out to being just the way we like it. Now, I know we are sprained here. But this will heal. So, just gotta take some time. And I'd rather use the time to cook instead of using a bandage.
I'm gonna have to leave some.
Because we're gonna be sitting here doing really pretty much nothing but cooking anyway. So, may as well take advantage and not use a bandage if we don't have to. 20 minutes. Alright, so slap some more venison on there. And this fire, no matter what happens, unless we let it go out by being a complete idiot or by choice, nothing can blow this fire out. So we're good here, no matter what the weather throws at us. As you guys can see there's pain. Healed up already, which is cool. So our spraying will probably heal pretty quickly then. Can drop those. These are giving 1,000 calories per, which is really good. These are 875. So basically every one of these we grab is a day's worth of food. If we're doing the starvation method, it'll get us through a full 11 hours, which is the max you can sleep without losing condition on Stalker.
Too much stuff to carry.
That'll give you the most condition back. So it's always good to shoot for 11 hours. 10 hours on Interloper is usually what I run when I do play Interloper, although I don't have near as much experience on Interloper as I do on Stalker. So that'll be a bit of an adventure when we get on there. Definitely probably won't be as easy as this is.
Might have.
It'd definitely be harder, that's for sure. Probably will end up dying a few times, so we might have to make a few different runs. I'm fully prepared to do that. I'm fully okay with it. Unlike some people who play the game, I don't really condone the whole using a USB to back up my save on the cloud, so that if I die, I can just, re-download that save down. And, basically, it's like being able to save it's like having like a checkpoint where it's like, it's more like you're playing on the story mode, Wintermute, where you just load back at your last checkpoint. And while that's good and that's how story mode works, Wintermute, and I don't mind that, survival sandbox is supposed to be hardcore, so I don't do that. Don't really condone it. So I just, do my own thing. So basically, if I die, I'm gonna end up dying. You guys will see it.
Too heavy.
And, I'll make sure I never die off camera. As best I can. For the most part, even when I go off camera, I do record the video in case something does go on. That way I can keep you guys informed. I just won't upload it because 17 minutes.
I don't drink something soon.
Because there's no point, it'll bore you guys. And, I always update you guys afterwards. You only have to really ever do things off camera. Well, actually, I don't think we've really done much off camera this whole season. We did speed up our run through there when we got to Mystery Lake. We did speed through a little bit
I'm gonna have to
there
leave something behind.
when we headed back through the cave towards, what's it called? Mountain Town, Milton. We did speed through a little bit, but I showed you guys that, but I cut it down to being only like 2-3 minutes. So that you guys got to see most of it. But when we do things off camera, you know, I always try to record while I'm doing it off camera, and that way, you guys get to definitely see what happens, and that way if I die, you guys can see it, and that way, you know, it also is, works out really well, because if anything really interesting happens, because this game's full of surprises, interesting things can happen, you know, any minute, any point in time. So when that happens, it's really nice to be able to share it with you guys. And sometimes if you're doing things off camera, something might happen that would be really cool, really interesting, or, well, really unfortunate. And, you know, it's always nice for you guys to be able to see that. That way, it's something unfortunate, you guys don't have to experience it, hopefully. And if it's something really cool, you guys get to experience it as well. No, we don't want to do that.
Any of this gear.
I reset the timer on that. That was my mistake. Let's get a drink in. Not worried about eating. We need to put some more wood on the fire, though. 34 minutes, so we'll do this one. Pass time. Throw it down. And just grab a piece of meat and chuck them on the fire. Like so.
It's dusk, so night can't be far behind.
It is nighttime, but I'm okay with cooking at night.
I need to drop.
The only time I would recommend this is not a safe thing to do, because the fire should keep most animals away. The only time I would recommend not continuing your cooking would be during an aurora. If an aurora starts, I'd recommend, you know, calling it quits for the night and giving up your cooking.
This pack is getting cut.
Because it's not worth your life over a little bit of, you know, just a little one match or one set of your one light off your fire striker. It's not worth ending your run over that most of the time. Most of the time, this game's all about balancing what you can and cannot live without, and planning accordingly. Most of the time in this game, you can plan for every eventual outcome. And you'll still get curveballs thrown at you, you know, like when you're hunting a bear, a moose. You know, weather can always change on you. It could stay good, or it could go bad. You never know. So that's why hunting is always
I might have to drop.
It's always a gamble, whether it's going to turn out well or not. Yeah, so even our rabbit steaks come out with like 500 plus calories, which is really nice. It's not quite enough to get you through a night, but it's enough to get you through a night if need be. Just not enough to get you through a full 11 hours, which sometimes you don't need a full 11 hours. Sometimes you're better off just having the 8 hours of good sleep and moving on, you know? Timing is essential in this game, in many ways. Man, we didn't do that right. I always forget to boil the water. That works out, and
I'm
we
not
can
sure
do a
I
little
can
bit more
carry
water.
much more.
Got a few steaks on us, that's fine. Do a few more things of water since we got the fire here. Pick that up. And we'll throw all but one steak down. And that should be plenty for the night. So, do we have a torch? We do have a crappy torch and a good torch, so we don't need to worry about picking anything up there. If those are cured, that's enough for a coat right there, which is really good. Those are almost cured. What do we got here? We can just toss these in. And we can toss these feathers in too. Might as well. And how are we doing on our spraying? 4 or 4 hours. Heal over time. Surprised it hasn't healed yet. Oh well, we'll go to sleep. It should heal when we get up. We need to eat and drink. By the time we get up, it should be fully healed. Hopefully, at least. Yep, should be good. We can sleep for 11 hours. So yeah, 1 steak. Basically, everything we just cooked there, one thing we cooked, is basically a night's worth of sleep if we need to, if we're running starvation mode. So yeah, we're very close to breaking day 100. Weather looks nice, actually, outside. And it seems as though our sprain did indeed heal over the night. It did, no afflictions, or afflictions, so we're good. Very good. Everything's looking good. Weather's nice. Things are looking up. So, nice big old pile of food there. And how are we doing on the gut situation? Cured gut. Got some stuff that's getting ready to cure. How much do we have in here? Not a lot, huh? Not a lot. Well, we do have enough to start making a coat if we had the guts. We don't have the guts, though. That's what we're missing. So we need guts to cure. We used our last gut on the bow, actually. I remember that. So basically, we just need to kind of cut some time down, which works for me. How are we doing on tools? Let me take a look at that. So we've only got the... No. We have multiple hatchets. Yeah. We have them here on the ground. 75%. 59. That's an 88. Couple 88s. Okay, how about knives? An 88. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, take this whetstone and give me these good ones. I'm gonna sharpen up this knife. I'm gonna sharpen up the hatchet to the good one. I'm not gonna sharpen the ones I've been using. And I'm gonna do this so I have a traveling knife and a traveling hatchet. That way I can pick one of each.
All I could think about
Because they are actually lighter by quite a bit than the improvised version. So I want to keep one that's sharp of each. And we'll need some scrap metal at some point for our hacksaw, so that we can actually not have to deal with that breaking on us. So for the time being, I'm going to toss you in there, and you in there. And we're actually going to throw you in there, because we don't need you. But we need to back out. This is a little bit touchy with its stuff. Yeah, we have 2 hacksaws that are low condition. So that works out. We do have our storm lantern, so we could break down those 2 other lanterns and use the scrap metal to repair our hatchet, or not our hatchet, our hacksaw. So we do have that if we need to. We can actually throw a lot of you back in the box. And we need 3 more, and that'll put us to 7. There we go. And we need to throw these casings in there as well. And we'll throw the lamp fuel. And the whetstone, why not? So, got all that done. These are all curing up. So basically we just got some time on our hands. Oh yeah, we do have a couple more hacksaws. 49% and 48%. So we do have a few hacksaws if we needed to use one. We don't really. Plenty of food we just got picked up. So actually what we're going to do is we're going to head over and we're going to see if we can't track down a couple of those wolves we did injure up. See if we can't track them down and get their pelts, hides, whatever you want to call them. I think they're called hides. Not sure. I'll pay attention when I harvest them again. We did harvest up all the deer. I believe we harvested them up. We'll check just to make sure. No rabbits in the snare. We did snare quite hard there for a few days, so I'm assuming, yeah, nothing to harvest. I'm assuming we did a little bit of over snaring, which is okay, because we always have the other side. If we really need rabbits, we can snare lightly there. And in fact, we're actually going to pick this up and let the rabbits kind of have some time to repopulate. And yeah, we just basically need to head up here and keep an eye out for wolves that we have downed. There's actually a few ravaged deer up in here, so we might actually take the time to go harvest those pelts as well. Because extra, well, pelts, extra hide is always nice. Guess I keep saying pelt, I should be calling them hides. Oh, we'll pay attention. Maybe they are called pelts. Pretty sure they're called hides, though. Sprained wrist. Kind of figured that was going to happen. There we go. Let me up. Yep, so we are going to use it. I just want to check, make sure. And we do need to put a bandage on our wrist. Because we can't draw the bow. We might want it. I think we can still use the revolver. Unless both of them are sprained. But down here, there's the bear over there you guys can see. And there's a deer, a couple of them actually. But I'm not seeing much in the way of wolves, so... Wonder how far they actually went before they bled out. Probably quite far. I think the revolver has the worst bleed out time. There's one of them. There's actually a live wolf there too, which is cool. There's actually a few of them. That's okay. How we missed that, I'm not sure. That should have been, well, quite frankly, should have been dead on, but oh well. But we did find one of them, so that's good. We'll need to reload at some point. A lot of wolves through here, so we gotta be somewhat careful. Just, of course we had to sprain ourselves. 28 minutes. Wow, just with our hand? Cool. Well.
Gotta eat
And not
soon.
frozen either. Must have just freshly died then, huh? Something. Not sure. What did we sprain? We sprained our foot, huh? I'll apply a bandage. Just because we're out and about. It's the only reason. There's a prop deer over there. Head over that way and see if we can't see the other wolf way down on our way. Kind of. Maybe I'm just trying to take too long with shots with the revolver. Well, we got you. Thought I heard footsteps of an old wolf. And we'll reload. I don't mind using up some ammunition because, you know, we need the casings anyway in order to craft. And there's the bear. I think that's our other down wolf. Put this away. No, we don't want that. We want to put this away. Or I grab these so we don't accidentally shoot the ground. And prop deer. I think there's actually 2 prop deer. Or maybe it's one they took down. There's our other down wolf. Now, this tree can actually be used to hunt the bear. If we wanted to. Under most circumstances, I probably just would, and I'm debating about doing it anyway. Yeah, that could lead to a lot of risk, though, and I don't feel like getting hit by a bear and then potentially a wolf right afterwards, so I think we'll cut our losses and head on back where it's safe. Where's the bear headed right now? He's headed there. Actually, we could sneak out and just pop him on the log. And we're gonna do that too, actually. Why not? We'll do it with the old revolver. This is actually a deer they went after. Huh. And they left it alone mostly, too. Which means we could indeed. Okay. So he'll run off. Which works out splendidly for us. It means we can do a little bit more harvesting. Which is cool. So let's actually get the hide. 20 minutes. So it seems like the whole 100% frozen carcass thing doesn't apply a debuff to us anymore, so we can just use our hands for this stuff, so we don't even need a knife. So that makes life, actually, well, I'm not gonna lie, it makes life quite a lot easier. We're gonna head over here, we're gonna see about grabbing this other deer pelt. Still got that one wolf running around. Minutes. I'm not worried about harvesting around these guys. Not too bad. I don't think hides ever attract him. I've never really seen where hides do much. Just guts and meat that do that. So, pretty safe to do this, and I'm crouching before I start it. As well, just to give it a little bit extra, a bit of a safe thing. But 28 minutes. We actually are better off to use our hand. We only save like, what, 4 minutes using a knife, now that we have level 5 carcass harvesting. And 4 minutes versus using up condition on a knife. I'm going to go with the 4 minutes every time. And actually, beautifully, we can aggro the bear. Come on, Mr. Bear. Pure profit right now. Pure profit. We got a bunch of hides, and we can get the bear to come back with us. He's currently injured. We got a bunch of hides. We can bring him home with us, and basically, even if he dies along the way, anywhere he dies, we'll have an eye on him now. We get his hide, if nothing else, and if we get lucky, we can actually get him right to our home and he'll die. We've probably spent around an hour and a half out here in total, so he's probably gonna die. He could die any minute now, really. But we will take the time to lure him back, because every step he takes is one step closer. We don't have to lug his hide, and potentially it's one step closer we have of actually getting his meat back home. And guts, which I'm not too concerned about the meat and the guts, because we did just take a bear down. And we have fish and deer and wolf, you know, as much as we need, really. So we're not enough to worry about food, and we won't be living here forever. And even if we did, we could pretty much purely sustain ourselves off of the fish alone. But the good news is that we can lure him back, and hopefully if we get lucky, we can bring him back basically to the fishing hut. And we'll actually be able to take advantage of that. Because basically, if we get him back to the fishing hut or closer, you know, even if it's somewhat close to the fishing hut, basically we can get him to the lake, any part of it, I'm happy. And if not, you know, it is what it is. Every step he takes is a little bit more progress towards potentially doing that. And the good thing is any wolves that feel like, you know, eating us, well, they got to go through him to do that, because he thinks I'm his dinner. Other way around, buddy. So he'll actually scare off any wolves. And if it got to the point where he's charging us, it's been enough time where I think as long as I hit him with an arrow in the head while he's coming towards us, I think we would win that, and he wouldn't even really get us into much of a struggle, if at all. But we got a little bit more time to go. He's got a little bit more progress to come towards us. Come on, buddy. Come on, bear. It's not too far now. Come on, Mr. Bear. There you are. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Now we're making decent progress. Oh, he's turning around, which is not what I want. No stones anywhere, really, which is not ideal. There we go. Come on, bear. We can head up this way. I'm grabbing the bow just in case he comes over this crest a little bit sooner than I think he's going to, and he charges me. I'll put a couple into him, at least one. One good shot with the bow into his head should drop him at this point. He's been bleeding for quite a while. Come on, Mr. Bear. Yeah, I know. There he is. Come on. If he makes it over this next crest here, this next ridge or whatnot, basically, he'll be in fine enough. He'll be in manageable area for lugging his meat back once he gets over this next one. I guess if I really wanted to, I could aggro him and get him to chase after us, and I could sprint quite a ways. But it's not too much farther now. It's not too much farther at all. Once we get over these hills here, it'll be easy. Once we're on flat ground, because then I won't have to really worry about him losing aggro as much. So that'll be nice. Come on, Mr. Bear. I definitely hear you. You're getting closer. Should be right about there. Where my dot is right now. It should be about right there. So we should be coming up the crest of that hill any second now. 3, 2, 1. There you go. That's a good bear. Good bear. Come on, buddy. Not too far now. You gotta be careful when they're on a hill, too, by the way, when you're kiting bears like this. You gotta be very careful, because sometimes, even though they are farther away, because they're on the hill, it'll register not too far away because it draws a straight line, like where the bear is to you, and they don't really account for the how high up he is, and they'll actually aggro on you very closely, a lot closer than you might think they would. So you got to keep an eye out on that. That can be a bit of a pain sometimes. But now we got a stone, so we're pretty much set. We're all geared up for hunting bear. Basically, anywhere through here he goes down is prime, essential, good stuff for us. Come on, Mr. Bear. Not too far. I got your buddy yesterday. Well, not yesterday. Yesterday for me. A couple days ago here. So come on, buddy. Not too far now. A few more rocks. Just in case you decide to lose aggro. Come on, buddy, not too far.
Behind.
Not too far now, Mr. Bear. Come on. So yeah, if you guys haven't if you guys have been watching my stuff, you know how nice and handy it is to have bears do this for you, because they'll just come right to your home basically and, well, supply you with a good 50 pounds or plus of meat. I've never had one be less than 50 pounds. Usually they're 60 plus. But I've never had one be less than 50, so you can always figure 50 plus pounds of meat, which you can figure is roughly 25 days of starvation mode food, especially once you hit cooking level 5. Because, like, if you guys haven't seen the rest of my stuff, or you guys don't know what starvation mode is, basically, so you let your food, because you guys will see in the the bottom left corner of my screen, you guys will see that I don't have any food right now, so I'm losing a little bit of condition because of that. And I'm purposely doing that because I eat, unless I want the well-fed bonus for traveling or for carrying a lot of heavy stuff, I let that go down. That way I've only got to eat once per day. I eat right before I go to sleep. I eat the minimum calories for a full night's sleep, and then I wake up, and then I let the little bit of condition go down, because whatever condition you lose throughout the day, even on Interloper, you will regain back when you're sleeping. So for right now, basically we're just kiting the old bear over here. And pretty much anywhere he goes down through here is a complete win for us. I'm tempted to fill him up full of arrows, for sure, but you never know. Could run again, and I don't want that to happen. I don't even think he's aggroed on me right now. No, he is now. And now he's trying to go that way. Okay. I'll let him do a little bit of walking that way, I don't mind. I'll get my bow out just in case he decides to turn around. So yeah. We're actually going to put one in his head here in a minute, depending. But I am curious to see if he was bleeding at all. I'm currently not seeing any blood. Is that blood? Yes, it is. Okay, so he is bleeding.
I would do anything for a drink, right?
There we go. Good bear. And I like that it gives us our arrow immediately like that. That's good. So, we can harvest up the old bear. Like so. We'll see how long it takes us with our hand, now that we have a level 5 carcass harvesting versus with a knife. This is actually a 78-pound bear. Almost 79 pound. Really big bear, actually. Not the biggest I've ever seen, but he's a pretty good-sized bear, that's for sure. 14 hours compared to 3 hours. So on bear, it's definitely worth using your knife. So we'll do that.
It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
We'll see how that does us. Yeah, we can't move at this point. That's okay, we can drop a lot of this stuff off. Totally fine, we'll put the pile right here on this other.
All this gear is slowing me down.
Because we might as well just combine the bear meat. Grab the rest of it here. And come on, grab the rest of it.
It's starting to weigh me down.
We're gonna just move slowly inch our way over back here. We'll drop the meat off here and we'll head back home, put the pelt down. That's 2 pelts we got going, which is great, and we got 10 more guts. And right now we do need quite a bit of guts in order to make some clothing again. So we can make some spares, we can make some new, because I'm gonna make some. Probably will make a couple new pieces of gear for certain things. We want to make the moose cloak, so definitely gotta do that. Yeah, we can do that, and look at all that meat that's there. Tons and tons of meat. It's probably like, yeah, it's like over 100 pounds of meat right there. That's not even counting the fish, that's just the bear meat in general. There's a wolf. Ah. See, naughty, naughty wolf. I knew you were coming towards me, man. Ah. Whatever, Mr. Wolf. You don't get away that easily. Come back here. You should... Yeah, you should stop running right about there.
I need to find something to drink.
Those are glowing eyes. If you guys noticed how his eyes were glowing there, I think we got a bit of an aurora going on. But not really an aurora. He's buffed right now. Those are the same eyes that glow when the aurora goes on. I don't remember ever seeing that before, with just a regular old wolf. During nighttime. Maybe that's just how they look at nighttime with their eyes, but that looks a lot like when they're buffed by the old aurora, so we'll keep that in mind. It was probably actually really stupid of us to do that, really risky, considering we saw the eyes. But as you guys can see, wolves do come very quickly when you're harvesting. They do smell you, and they do come very quickly. And we're still smelly, because we got the guts on us, and we got the... But we did put the meat down, so that's a nice bit of that done. But we do have the guts on us, which do smell. And we got the guts here. So we definitely take more risks here than we should. I do admit that. We'll need to tone down some of the risks when we go on Interloper. But for right now, we need to drop these. And we can drop these as well. And drop that, and we'll put the bear hide, I guess, right on top of this one. Cool. So, do we have food? No, we don't. We gotta step outside and grab some. And do we have water? We do. Plenty of water. So, need one of these, some water, and we're good for the night. So, pretty productive day. Got a lot of pelts, got a lot of hide. Okay, they're called hides. Got a lot of hides. Got a lot of guts, and did some cooking, got some meat. We have that. We did drink, we did eat. So, okay, so we're good. So we can sleep. Nice 11 hours. Won't let us sleep that long, but it'll sleep, it'll save, and yeah, should do everything. Oh, actually put us... Yeah, it did let us sleep a nice amount of time. How we doing? Pretty good, pretty good. So,
Anything right about now.
anyway, we are out of time for this episode, guys. So, if you guys did like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. It does help the channel out a ton, as I've said before. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and helps me know I'm putting out content you guys like to see. And, you know, definitely feel free to subscribe. You know, it's free. And feel free to comment down below if you guys have any tips, tricks, advice, or insight as to anything, questions. I'll try to answer if I can. But yeah, that wraps it up. And you guys are awesome as always, and I'll see you guys next one.